Hello, everybody. I hope that you are doing well. Happy Wednesday. Okay, there is so much news going on. I'm Kamar Daughtry. If this is your first time seeing me, and I have a special guest, Tyreek Wynn. Yeah, you can drop the emojis and the claps at the bottom. But Tyreek Wynn, he is a young media mogul. If this is your first time seeing him, you want to bookmark, star, you want to share this with your friends because Tyreek is definitely somebody to watch out for. Recently, he just landed a job, not just any job, but a news anchor job at iHeartRadio at 22. So, Tyreek, before we get started into your interview, I just want you to tell the people how you're doing and just a little bit about yourself.
Well, first, thanks for having me. I appreciate you reaching out to do this. I'm doing great, man. Let me tell you, God has been working in my life. I mean, there is, I mean, his blessings are just overwhelming. It has been. I've been on a very unique journey within my career. I didn't have the typical, journalism journey. It's been real different. Writing a book at 14, starting a production company at 18, um, getting a position in a top 10 market at
Yes.
22, right out of college. So, I mean, it's crazy, but I mean, I love it, and it's just such a blessing. I'm so grateful for where I am.
Let me tell you something. For your followers who've been watching your journey, you have been just exceeding. It's like stairs. And Mike Patton, one of our viewers, said, "Congratulations, young brother." Okay. Imagine what he's going to do in probably like 5 to 10 years. He's probably going to own his own network, right? So let's go ahead and dive in. Tariq, you are not only a journalist, but you are a real estate investor. You are also an author, okay? And you're an actor. So I would like for you to tell me, how did you get started in this entrepreneurship journey?
Yeah, so honestly, it came from mom and dad. So both parents are entrepreneurs, right? So it kind of runs in the family. I mean, there's not just in our household, but there are another household of Wins in Virginia who's entrepreneurs. We got entrepreneurs on mom's side, entrepreneurs on dad's side. So it's kind of in my blood, honestly. So that's how I got the entrepreneurship bug. I always knew that I wanted to take my own route because I knew that I wanted to do specific things that it's kind of hard to do while working under somebody. You know,
Right.
I mean, obviously, I do have the position at iHeartMedia, and I am working under a company, but that's something that's just great in itself because
Yes.
that is helping me get to tons of more opportunities. We
Right.
actually got construction going on in the studio, and they building podcast suites. So you
Oh,
already,
really? You didn't tell me that.
yeah. So yeah, they've been doing construction, so they're building podcast suites. So I know there's probably going to be some opportunities there, and other opportunities on down the road at iHeart. But as far as being an entrepreneur, Win Productions LLC, I started that in 2018. And so the way that started is I always wanted my own talk show, wanted my own network. And when I was 16, I told my parents, I was like, I'm ready to be a national television star. What
Did
would
you
you?
say those exact words?
I did.
Okay.
So, and they was like, well, slow your roll a little bit. You got to. They was like, start on YouTube first. So I started on YouTube. Came up with my own talk show, Tyreek on the Move, and
Wait a minute. When was this?
in 2016.
2016.
Yeah,
Okay. And you started your YouTube channel then, and you were in high school or college?
I was in high school. I was a sophomore in high school. Yeah,
Oh, dope. Okay, cool.
yeah. So, oh, hey, Cherie. Oh, yeah, one of my former colleagues at Panther Report News. Um, but yeah, so let me see. Oh yeah, 16. So I started my YouTube channel at 16 years old, Tyreek on the Move. And then my parents saw that I was serious. I was passionate
Okay.
about the journalism industry. And it was crazy because I was also involved in sports, right, too. And my parents weren't really trying to put their money behind sports because I wasn't as good as I
What
thought.
sports were you in?
I was in baseball.
Okay.
I
You
was
like
in
a baseball player.
Yeah. I was in baseball in high school. Then before that, I did basketball, track and field,
I could see you good at
tennis,
basketball.
all that. So,
I could
um,
see you trying to shoot a three. I could see
yeah, yeah, I try to ball sometimes.
it. Okay.
But yes, so they saw that I was serious about entrepreneurship, and so they backed that. So that Christmas in 2018, my parents got me probably one of the best gifts you can give your child. Got me an LLC, and
What?
yeah,
And you were still in high school.
I was still in high school. Yeah, I was. I had no when they got me the LLC in 2018.
Okay.
So 2 years in between. So they got me the LLC in 2018, and I had just got to Georgia State. Um, so yeah, they got me that December 2018, and from there, I mean, the business has just been growing. It
Mhm.
has been exceptional. We've had amazing clients. For those of you all who don't know what we do television commercials for businesses, customer testimony videos. We film and produce our own television shows, which we air on local television stations here in Atlanta,
Yep.
and all types of other filming and stuff like that. So that's what we do.
And see, one of the cool things about Tyreek, because I met him through one of our friends, Tony. So I just met Tyreek probably within the last. No, we met on Facebook. Yeah, we met on Facebook, but
Yeah.
it was through seeing some of your posts through Tony, and I was like, whoa, like I like him, like he's just all over my timeline, and I'm like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And I wanted to touch on this point because since 2020, a lot of things have shifted because no longer can a journalist just do journalism, right?
That is so
It would
true.
be helpful if well, I see now like a lot of journalists, they also have side jobs. And I wouldn't even call them side hustles anymore because this content creator sometimes is making more than their main position that they're having at the station. But talk to us a little bit about how were you able to balance you being a student, you're a business owner. I mean, you're being called on by local city officials, so you're well known. So how are you able to balance all of that?
It was, I'll be honest, it was difficult. It wasn't easy. And I can tell you, so I'm gonna tell you one of the things I had to do, right? So when I was a freshman, I lived on campus, right? I'm gonna be honest with you, living on campus is a big distraction. I mean, living on campus is a big distraction. You got the dining hall down the street. You got all sorts of parties and stuff going on. So living on campus is actually a distraction. So what I did was I stayed on campus that first year, my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Sophomore year, I moved back home so I could get more focused, get more in line. Because I actually, so this is actually a
You
testimony.
telling me you were turning up too much?
A little bit, a little bit. I wasn't drinking and nothing like that.
No.
I was a good college student. I wasn't drinking. So, yeah, I was a good student. But I can tell you this. So, really good testimony. Not a lot of people know this.
Okay.
But when I was at Georgia State, right, I took intro into mass communications. And when I took intro into mass communications, I got a C minus in that class. Devastated, right? I was like, shoot,
How?
is
How?
this even
Wait.
my career?
How did you get a C minus?
It was because it was one of those kind of lecture classes where they just go over the PowerPoint and
You
talk.
just keep on
Like,
talking.
yeah, like that's not my style. Like I'm a hands-on, I'm a hands-on kind of guy. So I got a C minus in that class, right? Georgia State kicked me out of my major. I could no longer be a journalism major,
I don't
right?
believe you.
No, I'm so
Go to
serious.
receipts.
I told this story at the graduation party. So I got kicked out of my major. And when I got kicked out, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was devastated. And
For a C?
a C minus. They kick. So if you don't get in your major classes, if you don't get a C or better, they drop.
So you gotta have a C plus.
Yeah, you gotta have a
Professor
C
did
plus.
that on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So got that C minus, and I was trying to navigate. I was like, what can I do? Who can I turn to? Like what's next? Like I got to get back on track, right? So what I did was I found out a way to petition to stay in the journalism program.
Period.
So I had to write a very lengthy email, had to talk to a few people. And funny story, right? So when you in middle school, elementary school, parents, if you have an issue at school, parents will come up to the school,
Right.
help you out, sort out the issue, right? Mama came up to college, right?
What's
Mom,
your mother? Tell everybody your mother's name, Katrina, right?
yeah, Katrina.
Miss Katrina. Pop,
Yeah,
pop had to come up in there.
yeah. So mom came to the school, right? And I'm glad she was there because they could see that I had parents who really cared about my education,
Right.
who really valued that I was getting my lesson in school. And that's really what helped seal the deal and made me get back into the journalism program. So when I
Wow.
petitioned, I won my case to get back in the program. They let me back in the program. And when I got back in the program, they started letting me take my journalism classes again.
Hashtag beat the case.
Yeah. So, and then let me tell you, I prayed about that thing and
Day and night.
it showed up. So
That's when you go to church every Sunday. I'm not missing a sermon.
yeah, so that's one of my testimonies from there. But that just goes to show you how difficult it was trying to do a business,
Right.
trying to stay in school, trying to have a social life in college. I mean, it was difficult, but like I said, I had the Lord on my side, and I was able to get through it all. And then by moving back home,
Right.
I was able to be a lot more focused, a lot more stable. Grades increased majorly. When the pandemic happened,
Right.
that actually helped out a lot too because we were all at home. So since we're all at home, since I don't have any in-person classes, right?
Right.
I have a whole lot more time to concentrate on the business. I'm still giving school
That's
this
true.
time,
Right.
but I have a whole lot more time to concentrate on the business because I'm not ripping and running back and forth from home to school, commuting and stuff like that, because that takes time, especially in Atlanta traffic. So that the pandemic helped out a lot. And then
Okay, so wait a minute, pause. For
balance.
all of our new viewers who are catching up, young media mogul Tyreek Wynn, he is a 22-year-old anchor, okay? News anchor at iHeartMedia. He will be broadcasted to over 100 stations. You can download the app. He is in training, but he will be on air in, I believe, the next few weeks, correct?
Yep.
So we will be able to hear him. And he is now talking about basically his testimony on, and it's funny because when you really have a gift and when you really are meant to do something, you will always have opposing forces who will try to come in. So that just lets you know that it was your definitely your calling. And then Ricky Howe, he's also a minister in Florida. He said, "Wow, a man of prayer. Come on, sir." He is one of your fans, so please know that he's been watching you from afar. I want to touch into now. You graduated. You put a post on LinkedIn and on your Facebook page that sparked a lot of attention. It talked about how there were a lot of recruiters reaching out to you, like even over 100 stations, but you decided to go basically like the digital media or media entrepreneur route. Why did you choose that?
A few different reasons, and I'm glad you asked that too, because I think the way I definitely think it could be a little bit better for those of us who are coming out of college. But I can tell you from my experience, first of all, I'm just so grateful for all the stations who reached out to me, who wanted me to come and work at their station. Very grateful for all the opportunities I had. But I'll say this, it was just a few things that just kind of weren't in line with what I wanted. And I just refused to settle. I
Okay.
said, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to get. And this is what I'm praying and believing God for. And but I did, and I had, and let me tell you, I had some good offers too. I had some good. I'll tell you my
I
best.
believe you. I had recruiters asking me about you. They said,
For
"Hey, your
real.
friend Tyreek," and I said, "Okay, here you go."
Appreciate that. So basically, what happened was, so the way I can tell you this, the way you get people to reach out to you rather than you having to apply for jobs is you have to put out a good, solid resume reel.
I
That
might pull up
reel.
your reel.
What do you say?
I might pull up your reel. People
Okay.
just
But yeah, that reel has to be spot on, top notch. And your first few clips have to be I'm talking your best journalism work that you produce. ever since you've been alive, right? You gotta, it has your first few seconds,
Yeah.
because you only got like, I think like 15, 20 seconds now to impress the news director. So those first few clips got to be spot on, tight, clear, and concise. So if you have a good reel, you put it out, you promote it, they will reach out to you wanting you to come and work at their station.
Yeah.
And I was just so grateful to have those offers and stuff. I had offers in California, offers in Missouri, other offers in Georgia, Mississippi, and all kinds of stuff. And those were great offers. But the problem was, at least for me, was like if I was to move, right. So some of these offers I would have to move away from home, and with those offers, the real is down some more.
Let me see. And the reason why, and I think this is important because we have a mix of journalists on here. If you aren't, go ahead and subscribe to Tyreek's YouTube channel. We are trying to get him to 1,000 by the end of January, which I think is definitely attainable. But number one is when you are searching for a job, and I get this question a lot. Kamara, I'm looking for a job. I have a good reel. Why I'm not getting any hits? Well, number one, a news director knows a news director, they know if they want you within, in my experience, about 5 to 10 seconds. It's about your presentation, it's about your sound and your look. And also it's about the demographic you're applying for. So maybe the style for New Orleans and Miami is two different styles. The style from Atlanta to DC or Atlanta to maybe in Tampa, Florida could be two different, styles. So you also have to be relatable to the demographic that you're going to be speaking to. Let me see this. Where is
Down some more, a little bit more. Right there where it say anchor, reporter, TV.
yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. We're gonna look at this just a little bit.
Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are scheduled to be in Atlanta.
And pause. You shot this yourself. So you basically your own multimedia journalist. You shot this yourself. You edited it. Oh.
So not that particular clip. I actually had help. So anytime I'm doing anything presidential, any protests or anything political, I always have a photog just because it's a lot easier.
Okay.
But yeah, for this particular clip, I had somebody.
But you were also acting like an MMJ because you would go out on scene. And for you all multimedia journalists, you're a one-man band.
Day to talk to voters about voting rights and election integrity. You actually just had a Lifetime movie to come out.
So you were interviewing celebrities even in college. Are you able to put that on your reel?
Yeah. This was
Yes, I did. I had a mini series that debuted on the Lifetime Movie Network.
Vivica A. Our girl.
I interviewed some students, asked them if they voted. A lot of them said they didn't. What can you say to young people to get them to go out and vote?
Well, we're going to keep saying what we've been saying, and it worked a little bit. We increased voter participation rates by 139%.
And Arctic Blast has got Metro Atlanta.
Oh, this is good. So you did an anchor reel, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. But for you all who want to look at this, in addition to some other clips that he's had, go on his YouTube channel and make sure you subscribe. Another thing that I wanted to point out is that you did not limit yourself to only, saying, hey, I'm going to be an anchor, but you took the actor route and you have even gotten booked. Ladies and gentlemen, 151,000 people have viewed The Fatal Attraction.
You or someone you
and
love
I'm
is
sitting
in
here
this
like,
relationship,
Tariq,
there is
when were you
empathy
on
involved.
this show? He was like, well, I'm like, why did I know? Let's see.
Very flat in his demeanor.
They also noticed that, same as Brandon, he had a similar.
Period. Same as Brandon.
Brandon had broken up.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I figured it was best.
Troy,
This is good. This is really good. And I want people to see this because oftentimes when you are in the hustle and bustle and you're just saying, oh my gosh, I got to get this vote side. I got to get this story. I want a job. You can sometimes neglect your other gifts. How did you know that acting was a passion of yours?
So it's crazy because I actually tried to take the acting route before journalism, right? So yes, I was trying to be. I was watching Disney Channel, and I was trying to be a Disney Channel child star. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I was trying to do that. Obviously, that did not work out. but I can tell you, yeah, the acting route really didn't work out as a kid. So I was like, kind of put it on the back burner. I'll kind of pursue it when I get older.
Okay.
And started doing journalism, right? Then once I started doing journalism, some parts came about. And some of those parts I could tell you was obviously being on Fatal Attraction, which I
Mhm.
love. It's a monthly gig that I do. The Fatal Attraction producers, the entire team, shout out to them. They are fantastic. I
That's
love them.
amazing.
What do you say?
I said that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. And that I did that. I've also had the opportunity to play a reporter in a television show, Gotham Knights, and that's going to be coming out within the next. It's going to be coming out in 2023. That show. So you'll have.
Wait a minute, Gotham Knights. Where?
Think what channel that come on? I cannot remember what channel it.
Oh, you got to tell them when you was on Netflix.
I want to say it's on Netflix. I don't know if it was on Netflix or not.
No. Remember at your graduation party, you were on Netflix.
Oh yeah. So senior. So those of y'all who haven't seen, but Rebel Wilson's senior year, I was in that movie, and I was playing a photographer in that movie. So as the prom attendees were walking in, you can see me on the side with the red jacket, taking the pictures and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I played a photographer in that movie, and I was also an extra in The Walking Dead. This is like a few, like way back or whatever. Couldn't see me in that one, but I was in it. So.
It's okay. You can put it all on your resume. Let me tell you something. This has been amazing.
Thank you.
There have been a couple people who've shared this broadcast.
Oh,
You have, let me see over here, Jodo. Tyreek, I love you, nephew.
Jodo. Stop.
Miss Clarissa Kenty, who is an amazing journalist and also media anchor. She's based in Birmingham, but I mean, she does so many things. She has actually a stage play, and her business is called ICU Media. So, I mean, she's doing a great production down
I'm seeing her next year at NABJ then.
Yes. And then we have Manessa Johnson. So proud of you, Tyreek. God bless. Ricky, our Facebook user. Tyreek, I love your testimony. Before we get out of here, I'm going to open this up for Q&A. We have people on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn watching. And if you are looking for a job, you can see right there at the bottom. But you can email me your resume, info@dcowmember.com. My company, we help people get them in positions and at jobs and at companies that they desire and that they want. So make sure you email your resume. But I'm going to leave it open for Q&A until those questions start rolling in. Give people one piece of advice to keep moving forward in life.
Yes, absolutely. This is a quote that I created earlier this year. And the quote goes like this: when somebody tells you you can't do something, use that as motivation to prove them wrong. That is my quote. That is my piece of advice. That has been actually kind of where I was at. So I had a lot of people telling me, Tyreek, you're not good enough to do news in Atlanta. You need more experience. You're not qualified.
Where they at? Your team on speed dial. No.
They out there. I'm not gonna mention their names. I'm not like that.
Later you can.
But I had a few people to tell me that. I had a few naysayers saying I was not ready. And obviously, I think I'm ready. I think I had the experience. I've done the footwork. I've put in years and years and years of work. And I think I have what it takes. And like I said, I refuse to settle for anything less. And then when, like I said in my post that I made, when I was in Hawaii on vacation, I had my vacation email on. And I'm on Hawaii. I'm living my best life. I ain't checking no emails, right?
Oh, how you?
And some was just like, Tyreek, just check your email, see what's up. So I was like, all right. So I got on the computer. I'm typing, checking my email, and I see iHeartMedia in the subject line. I said, oh, hold up, iHeartMedia. What we talking about over here? So I said, what they want with me? And so I looked in the email and it said, Tariq, we have an opening for a part-time anchor position. I would love to see if you would be interested in it. I saw your reel. I thought it was fantastic. We would love for you to come and be here with us at iHeart. I emailed him back so fast. I said, we can do a Zoom meeting right now.
Vacation?
Yeah, I was like, I'll pause my vacation. We can do a Zoom meeting right now. You know? But the day after I got back from Hawaii, I went to the studio. They gave me a tour. He liked me a lot. And then 2 weeks later, he called me on the phone and said, Tariq, we like you. We want to go ahead and offer you the position. If you want it, it's yours. I said, I want it.
And the market that they told you that you wasn't ready for, you get offered an anchor position. Y'all, put in the comments, #favor, okay?
Yeah, so, but yeah, that is the amazing opportunity. And like I said, I'm in training now. I'll be finishing up my training next week. And then the week after next, I'll be on air.
Okay, so when you go on air, because you know we all gonna be watching. Your girl finna download the app. You know your friends finna download the app. So you will be in what are the 2 main states or 3 main states I believe that you're covering?
Mm-hmm. So 3 main states are going to be Georgia, South Carolina, and Virginia.
Okay.
Those are the 3 main states I'll be doing news in. So occasionally I might fill in for Mississippi, North Carolina, maybe even Alabama. Sometimes it really just depends, but that's the southeast region, up the East Coast, stuff like that. You can hear me on those. And what I'm actually going to do is before my first day on air, I'm going to post all the stations where you can hear my newscast. And it's
that'd be good.
Just in Georgia, it's 150 of them throughout the entire state. You can hear the newscast on. So it's going to be a lot, but I will post those. And I'll post the Atlanta ones first. That's pretty much where mainly.
Okay, let me do this because I do want other people to see. You did a really good recording on like the behind the scenes. Like that studio is dope.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they built that during the pandemic. So they just moved in there in May. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And I see that you also got some coverage with the breaking news that happened yesterday. You want to tell people?
Yeah.
You already interviewed him.
Yeah, Senator Warnock. I had an opportunity to interview him back in 2019. And in 2019, Georgia Democrats were hosting a state dinner. And at that state dinner, Senator Warnock did a speech, right? You know, this man was up there doing a speech like he was a candidate. I was like, I gotta ask this man, does he plan to run for office one day? Mm-hmm. So I pulled him to the side. I was like, Rev, I mean, based on what you said tonight, sounds like you plan on running for office one day. And he complimented my journalism. Mm-hmm. And then he didn't really answer the question, obviously, because he didn't want to give it away. But a few weeks later, he announced his candidacy for Senate.
How did you pick up on that? I mean, like, what words did he say where you were like, okay, he's about to run?
I mean, it was just the way he was talking. Like, he was like, we need this. And, this is the way Georgia should be. And that's this and that. And he was talking about these policies. And I'm like, this man sounds like you want to run for office. So I'm going to ask him. But that just comes with just being a great journalist. Sometimes you just have to ask the question. Ask the question, because I guarantee you that nobody that night asked that question but me. Right.
And I heard, when I replayed the interview, he even said, oh, so other journalists are coy. You just get right to it.
Yeah, and that's how I knew nobody else asked him that.
Mm-hmm. Let me see this. Yeah, so if you're just now tuning in, this is the behind the scenes at iHeart. And I really wanted to highlight this because this isn't something that you just slide over. you're 22, you are you're doing a lot of things, but you are also making an impact. Before we go, you help children, you talk at the MLK Center. I mean, you just don't, take, you're not on TV, but you actually give. You even speak at elementary schools. And I think that that's really important. Not only as a black journalist, but just almost like it's like a community advocate. So just talk a little bit about your philanthropy.
Thank you. Yeah, I think giving back is very important. I mean, you can have the career, but if you don't have that giving back aspect, I mean, you're not really making an impact like you should be. Like
Right.
it's all about what defines you is not what you do on camera. What defines you is what you do off camera and behind the scenes.
That's true.
People talk, right? You don't want people going around, oh, I mean, Tariq, he doesn't give back. He's not nice. He doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want people saying that stuff about you. You want to have a good name. But
Right.
you just don't do it. And don't get me wrong, you don't do it for the good name. You do it out of the kindness of your heart, right? So
Who taught you that?
who taught me that? What you mean? Taught me
Who
that?
taught you that?
Look, this is coming from the heart, okay? I can tell you. So I always I had, or still have, I have amazing mentors who talked to me when I was younger, right? I was able to shadow lots of people at news stations, and I said, what I want to do is I want to pave the way for some other young people, right? Because
Right.
somebody helped me out, right? So I want to help somebody else out. So I love doing career day. Career day is something that is just absolutely exciting to me. I love career day because it's crazy just to see, like, when I tell the kids what I do, they always have questions. And
Right.
then when I showed them my videos, they're just to see their eyes light up is just like makes my day. And when of course, because like some kids could be sitting there having a bad day, but doing career days kind of make their day, make them have a great day. And then a lot of them get inspired when you do career day and they ask questions and they want to know more about what you do in your career and stuff like that. So I love doing career day. And what I do at Martin Luther King Jr. Center here in Atlanta, I host Students with King Reading Corner. And what we do, excuse me, what we do for the Reading Corner is we teach kids about the civil rights movement through reading.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so what we do is we have authors who have written books on the movement, or being kind, or anything like that. Any great educational small read book, we bring them on the show. And yeah. So this was one I did back in September, and so we did this. We do this, and we've been doing this. We've been doing this for a few years now, but it really helps the students in the classroom learn about the civil rights movement
Right.
through reading, and it's just so important and so valuable that we're teaching the students this, because I mean, this is the history. They have to know this stuff. And but shout out to all the authors that have came on. Shout out to the King Center. Shout out to the coordinator, Mr. Donald, and Mike Lewis, for putting things together. They do a great job. Really great staff at the King Center. Shout out to Miss Bernice King as well for helping out with a lot of
No,
things.
this is awesome. No, I mean, a lot of people, your fans, followers, your audience who've been, watching you. When I saw this when you were reading at the King Center, I said, this is really, really good.
Yeah.
And we know you that people can follow you, Tyreek Wynn iHeartMedia on Instagram, or you can just look up Tyreek Wynn and find him on any platform. If people wanted to purchase their book for their child, where would they go?
What kind of thing? So what you can do is you can go on you can type in the Martin Luther King Jr. Center on YouTube, right?
No, yes, that, but you also have
Talking about
books
my
that talk
books.
about money
Oh,
management.
my book. Yeah, my book, Green is the Thing, Money Management for Kids. I wrote that at the age of 14. And so that book is geared towards, matter of fact, I got it right. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna stand here and we're gonna wait. Thank you all for joining. Drop in the comments if you have any questions.
This is the book right here. It's called Green is the Thing, Money Management for Kids. Teaches kids how to make, save, and manage
Put it
money.
up in the camera.
Let me see. Here we go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And where can they can get that on your website?
Yeah, so they can get this. They can actually go on Amazon, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Type in "Green is the Thing," money management for kids, and I'm telling you, I mean, your kids. Listen, my testimony. So I have a testimony, right? Like you mentioned
Sure.
earlier. So my parents and I was so blessed because if you look at our school system, our school systems, they definitely need some work. They are not teaching kids about finances. They're not teaching kids how to pay bills, how to go out and buy a house, car payments and stuff like that. Not teaching kids about, all these necessary things, necessities for life. They're not teaching this in the school system. And so I was blessed because my parents instilled in me at an early age that money management is very, very important, right? And it was crazy. And the way I really got it is because sometimes they would like say, "We not buying that. You got to use your own money," right? And that's kind of how I got the idea. Okay, gotta manage money, gotta think and stuff like that. So, at the age of, based on the knowledge that I learned, at the age of 21, I was blessed enough to be able to buy my own investment property, and I had my first tenant move in, and
Wait a minute. We're not gonna skip over that. You're not gonna slide that in there. You said that you bought your first house when?
at 21.
And when your first tenant moved in?
I think it was, I want to say June, I think.
Pastor or Minister Rick, who's based in Florida,
Uh-huh.
he also does real estate.
Oh, really? Okay.
He said, Kamar, him right there, yeah, he it. He it. Let me see this. He wrote a book. Yeah, he did write a book. Go ahead and finish your story. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you good. So, based on and the knowledge is in here in this book, and it can teach you a lot. But based on what I was able to learn, I was when I turned 21, I was able to buy my own investment property, and that was another thing that my parents instilled in me is 7 streams of income, but real estate is that one stream that's going to retire you early.
Right.
Get involved in real estate, learn it, grasp it, get involved with it, get you some properties, and once you do that, I mean, you get that stuff together, you can definitely retire when you want to. And I'm very happy to say that I'm blessed enough to have my 7 streams.
Right.
I have real estate. I have, of course, everything that I'm doing in journalism and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much how the property came about.
No, this is really good. And no, I'll save that for Instagram. I'm not gonna say that for here. I'll save it for Instagram.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ladies, because I know y'all watching on LinkedIn. I done seen some of them emails come in. He is single. I know y'all, because y'all gonna be in my DMs. He is single. See, y'all don't have to, y'all hit him up. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all one more thing. And this is if you want to do, because your production company, you all do commercials for small businesses, brands.
Yeah.
And this is it.
Yeah, it's the website.
So if you all want to contact Win Productions LLC, you just, of course, go to the website and they can just email you guys and then you'll get back to them. Of course, that's how it works.
Yep. There is, if you go down below to the bottom of the page, there is a contact us.
Let me see.
Contact us section. And yeah. So you can go right there, drop us a line, and we'll get back to you and get you. You'll get a video consultation, free of charge. Consultations are free. We'll sit down with you, see what you want for your video project, and we'll produce a top-notch, high-quality video for you and your business.
Oh, wait a minute. We gotta shout out your parents. I love this.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think. That was some years ago.
Oh, and your mother. Y'all, I be following. Like, okay, you can consider me a audience member online. It'd be me and my friends, and we'd be following on social media. We'd be like, go ahead. And your mother is an author too.
Yeah. Mom has books. Yeah, she's actually working
Oh,
on
yeah.
something now, something big now. So should be coming
Okay.
out soon.
This is awesome. Okay. I
Yes.
know that when you look back at the Facebook comments, I have nothing else. You're going to be very surprised. Good comments, but you have a fan.
I'm
You
like
have a fan. Tommy.
out here saying this is the next president of the United States. And funny you say that because I think when I was in middle school, I was actually, I actually did want to be president.
For real.
Then I seen, Obama starting to get his gray hair, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can handle it. So I was like, let me stay out of politics or whatever. But it's kind of but it's kind of crazy. I have actually considered running for something too. I don't know what I would run for, but I've actually considered it before. But I don't think I think I'm gonna just stick with journalism. I'm gonna stay in my lane.
Well, I'll tell you this much. There are a lot of people who everything like comes together for the big thing. So if you got skills in one area, you never know. City council, mayor, why can't you be president? So I could see you definitely running. If I'm in Georgia, got my support.
I already got my slogan. You want to hear my slogan?
Go ahead, drop it.
All right, my slogan is.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Look, and I said this. So if I actually did run for president, my slogan would be "With Tariq, America will win." WYNN. That would be my slogan if I ran.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay. Okay. Is there any more announcements that you would like to make? You're gonna soon run for public office. Not, like whenever you get ready. And then is there anything else you want to tell us?
Nah. I ain't gonna run for nothing. I'm gonna stay in my lane. But it was just a thought a few years back or whatever. But first, I just want to say appreciate you for having me on, and definitely make sure you guys go get my book. Follow me on Instagram at TariqWin.iHeartMedia, and I got some. I'm always doing stuff. Got a lot of things coming up in 2023. Some pretty big things. I will be actually hosting my next episode of Fatal Attraction will be out in January, and I'll be hosting a watch party. So stay tuned for those details. I'll release those on social media. Would love for y'all to come out.
Whoa, where our watch party for the iHeartMedia? Remember, we said Zoom or something.
Okay, I'm gonna have. Okay.
I told you we need a watch party. He was like,
I'll probably end up having a listening part. I'll probably combine the two. That's probably what I'll do. I'll probably combine the two: Fatal Attraction watch party, iHeartMedia listening party, and but I'll be having a private party for iHeart with the family. So
wait a minute. I want to address something.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a little shade. He said with the family. His digital audience ain't invited, but that's okay.
No, I didn't say that. It's just that.
Okay. Look, God bless you too. Thanks.
It's just that not everybody can come into the studio. So I want to have something special for my family at the studio.
Whatever he says, you guys.
So yeah.
Ms.
I
Diane.
mean, my digital family will definitely be involved. Fatal Attraction. I mean, y'all invited. So all y'all got to do is stay tuned on social media. I'll release the details and date and time and all that good stuff.
Miss Diane says she's going to buy her book. That is my niece.
Thank you, Miss
Diane is my godmother. Okay. And she's most likely going to get it for my niece, Jemiah. Or you call her niece sister. So definitely. So, all right. I mean, we had a really good conversation. Tariq, congratulations.
Thank you.
I need a soundboard that does like the sound effects where they can come in and do like the clapping.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
But congratulations, and everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We also have Tracy Wynn. She said congrats.
Oh,
And
thanks, Auntie.
and if you all have any more questions, again, job seekers from high school on up, make sure you just send me your resume. And we are doing 20% off. So if you do need some help, let me know. I
Can I
was
say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to say, if you are a student, or I mean, you ain't got to be a student, but if you're an aspiring journalist, feel free to reach out. If you have more questions, you can reach out to me through Instagram at TariqWin.iHeartMedia. Would be very happy to answer your questions about anything. And since that's Instagram, I mean, we can talk. We can talk about all the ins and outs of the industry. So
IG is for the dating show. I've had some inquiries to ask. When is that coming back?
oh, the date, yeah. So I know we've been
That's what I said. The IG show. I was like, you know what? Because there gonna be some folks talking about something. Also, what's his name? Where's his DM? I'm gonna say, ladies, y'all go straight to his Instagram page. I know y'all.
Oh, hey, my DMs are open. They can hop in. They open. No crazies though. No crazies.
Wait a minute. What?
But they.
I gotta get out of here. You know what? Because we're gonna say something we ain't supposed to say. He said no crazies though. Gotta pass this.
But yeah, dating show next year though. We gonna do that. We gonna come back with it.
All right, you guys. See you later. Bye bye.